Now, we start saving kids. Every New South Wales Australia teacher to get mental health training. Sunday Telegraph, November 27, 2020, Sydney Australian newspaper. Teaching teachers to look out for mental health in school children. I'm not saying it's not real. What I'm saying is, why is it happening? No one asks that question. No one asks why does it happen. All they say is, how can we treat this? How can we deal with it? How can we spot it early to get a hold of it? How can we drug them? That's all that's going to happen. Because as soon as they diagnose someone as mental health, they want to medicate them. But again, why is it even happening? It's an epidemic now, suicides with young people. Why? Why? You can't just accept everything and ask for a cure and raise money for cures. You've got to ask why. So what's different? I remember I grew up in the 70s as a kid, so I'm aware of what happened back then. Suicide. You could say, look, nothing's non-existent, but gee, 99% non-existent in kids. I remember 2 kids at school wore glasses. They got teased because it was rare for kids to wear glasses back then in the 70s. Now, gee, I don't know, what is it? 1 in 3 probably wear glasses. So what's going on? Let's just cut the crap. Straight to it. What are the things that are different now to the 70s? Well, things started to be introduced in the 70s, like poison sprayed over all of our food and things like that. Insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, all which equal suicide, have been sprayed in our food for a long time, but no more than the 70s when everything gets sprayed on food. So the long-term degeneration of humanity has started. What's that got to do with mental health? Well, your body's not the same. If you're going to keep eating poisons, it's going to affect you in so many different ways. What they put in your water also is just an onslaught of poisons in our air, even food, air and water, non-stop. It didn't happen in the 70s really much because it was really the start of it all. Late 70s is when 1G started. The first, frequencies being forced upon us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5G, 6G in China. And the deterioration of humanity begins. So it's not about, mental health happens. I think we overdiagnose things as mental health, like having highs and lows in life, feeling up and down is kind of part of it. It's all normal, you could say. But say anyone who feels a bit down these days, they want to medicate them. The quicker you get on the medication, which the side effects a lot of these health depression medications is suicide. Read the bottle. Unbelievable. I know a person who rang a doctor and said, look, that medication you give me makes me want to kill myself, doc, over the phone. What was the doctor's advice? Oh, mate, just double dose and take another one. He says, mate, I'm going to kill myself. I feel I'm in that frame of mind. No, mate, just take another one. He did. Took another one, then shot himself in the head. How do I know that? He lived. He shot him. He's handicapped now because it did damage his brain a little bit, so he's lost the use of an arm and he has a limp. But his brain actually is as smart as he always was. He just walks, and he's lost an eye as well. So he wears a patch. So he's disabled now but mentally he's not. And that's why he told me the story. So mental health, start looking, if you GMO food, which I didn't mention, look at your GMO foods. It's not food anymore, it's genetically modified. Genetically modified, it's modified food. It's not what it used to, it's not what God gave, you could say. It's not our food. And this genetically modified food is modified so they can spray it with poisons like glyphosate or Roundup and not kill the food, the plant, but kill the weeds, grass around it. So all your food is being sprayed with that crap. Because I don't know what it is, what the ratio is now, but it's probably over 90% of your food is genetically modified. Very hard now to get real organic food, and truth be known, your organic food now with what's sprayed in our air isn't really that organic either. But it's the best you can do. So mental health, why is it happening? Well, we're being poisoned from the top down, our frequencies, there's so many things. They're smart the way they've done it, because it's not just one thing. But if you can breathe fresh air, drink natural, clean, fresh water without fluoride, which destroys your brain as well, eat foods that haven't had chemicals, poisons sprayed all over them, we might get ourselves back to normal. Well, anyway, good luck with that. That's my bit on mental health. But just like all health, including mental health, clean the terrain, clean the tank, clean your internals. If you want to realign the body, mind, body, spirit, brain, all of it, you need to clean it out. Get the poisons out, and you'll be able to be, live, and think a lot clearer.